If you've seen our research on the Olympic Games that's coming up, you will notice that 4 out of 5 businesses have prepared for the Olympic Games, and 55% of them have actually communicated that staff. But what you also would have noticed is that almost 90% of the actual staff feel they haven't been communicated to, which means it's not quite there in their minds. So at this late stage, with a matter of days before the start, what can you do to improve that? Well, there's a couple of areas. One, when it comes to the most likely thing to affect people now, it's likely to be transport. And there's plenty that you can find out about that on the Transport for London website. But you can also do things to encourage people to come into work. We also know one of our customers has actually started to open their cafeterias earlier during the Olympics so that people can come and grab that cup of coffee and that bacon butty before they start their day's work. So that's just a way of encouraging people to come in. You also shouldn't forget that no matter how much you've tested, and that has been increased over the last year as people get ready for the Olympics, that the testing is really only as good as what you tested against. So therefore, making sure that your change control is part of your business continuity is very important. After all, you can test one day and make a significant change the next day that could affect your business continuity plan. So make sure your change control is still in place as you go right towards the Olympics. The other thing we mustn't forget about is this is a unique occasion. This won't happen for a long, long time to come in London. So let's make sure employees feel part of it. Let's set up communal areas so that people can take breaks together and watch certain events. After all, our survey actually said that people would skive off work to watch some of their events. So why not make it part of coming to work? If we do that, then we can make sure the Olympics will be successful for the businesses that we operate in, but also, hopefully, for Great Britain when it comes to winning gold medals as well. Of course, we all hope for a successful Olympic Games in many ways. Plenty of medals for Great Britain would be one thing that we could hope for. But in addition to that, what from a business point of view? It could turn out to be a bit like the Y2K. Afterwards, there were so little things that actually went wrong, people said, what were we panicking about? Well, the answer is we planned for it. There are very few incidents that you can plan for so precisely. Y2K was one of them. The Olympics is another. You know exactly when they start, you know exactly when they end. So therefore, if you plan properly, it will be a non-event in some respects. That just goes to show that good business continuity planning will come to the fore whenever. Okay, additionally, what came out of the survey was that some 43% of people felt that their supply chain may be affected by the Olympics. And when you think about just-in-time processing, just-in-time delivery, then as a whole, it's approximately 40% of people feel that they are out of control when it comes to supply, when it comes to those kind of major incidents. So of course, during the testing phase, you should be testing your supply chain as well. And I'm sure people have done that during the Olympics. And the suppliers themselves, particularly those that conform to BS 25999, will be more than aware of what it is that they need to take. But with anything that requires supply chain, it's always a case of making sure your change management is working in hand with their change management so that you can make sure the supply chain doesn't let you down. Because if it lets you down, then you could let your customers down as well. But going back to planning, good business continuity planning will cover the supply chain as well as your own environment. You can find out a lot more about this in the survey and other parts of the reports that I've talked about by simply going to our website and asking for a copy of it. Thank you.